we are now ready to add the first widget test for the email signing form. So here I can call test widgets like this, and I can give it an empty description for now. And then I can create the body with a widget tester parameter like this. And then I need to give it a description. So to do that, I'm going back to my acceptance criteria and I'm going to copy the last 3 lines of the first test. And in doing this, I'm leaving out the given statement because this is common to all these tests. So I don't think that it adds any value to include it. So back to Android Studio, I can paste my description, and I also need to fix this so that each string is formatted correctly, like this. By the way, when you write your own tests, you don't have to use this convention for the test description, but I like to do this in my projects because this way I can glance at the acceptance criteria for each test before I read the code. Okay, so now that we have this, we can write the actual test code. And the first thing that I'm going to do is to await and then pump email signing form with tester, like this. And then I want to simulate a tap event on the sign in button. So here I can type final sign in button equals find.text with sign in, which is the text that we have inside our button, and then await tester.tap with sign in button, like this. And finally, I want to check that the signing with email and password method is not called on my mock. And to do that, I can type verify never and then mock auth dot sign in with email and password, and then any as the parameters, like this. And if we open the documentation for verify never, we can read that it verifies that a method on a mock object was never called with a given argument. And also note how we use any as an argument for the email and password, and any is a special argument matcher that we can use if we don't care which arguments are passed when we call our mock method. So in practice, this line will succeed if signing with email and password is not called for any pair of arguments. By the way, this is the first time that we use the verify method, while in previous tests we have used the expect method instead. So at this stage, I'd like to explain the difference between expect and verify. So expect is used to assert that a certain expression matches some expected value, and instead, verify is used to check if a certain method is called on a mock object. And as we will see, sometimes we will call both expect and verify in our tests. Okay, so let's try to run this test. And as we can see, we get a success, confirming that the sign-in method was not called. And just as a reminder, this is the correct behavior because the submit method is not called if the email and password are empty. Okay, so let's continue on the next video.